You need to fall in love with your life. When you look at your life right now, you should be in awe, in excitement, in peace about how your life is unfolding right now. And it doesn't matter if things are not going well. You need to fall in love with the process of starting from the bottom and getting to the top. We all know that life is going to be tons of ups and downs. So better get used to it if you're in a down, because it's going to come again later on with different types of problems. The thing you have to realize is that if you ever got rejected in your life, or either it's through people, your job, opportunities, whatever it is, it's not a bad thing. Rejection is actually redirection. It's taking you to a different path. But your mindset is to love the life that you're on, love the journey that you're on, and love it because it's not perfect. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Even though you might want to fight the reality of your life right now, there's no point in doing that. You're not going to make progress. You're not going to get out of your hole if you fight the fact that you're in the hole right now. It doesn't matter where you're at. You have to focus on loving your life. So right now, there's not a lot of things that are really going my way. Not the way that I imagine them, not the way that I want to. But being in this difficult period, I'm trying to love this period because it's where I can have personal transformation. My attitude towards it is what's going to dictate my life. I want to give you 4 reasons why you need to fall in love with your life. No matter what is happening in your life, choosing to fall in love with it, no matter what it is what you need to do. Number 1, you are magnetic. When you fall in love with your life, you attract positive energy. You radiate confidence, and people are drawn to you. You will have opportunities given to you, and life will just flow easier. I think a lot of the reasons why my life has gone into a crisis right now is that I kind of lost track of why I love life. I kind of started numbing myself, distracting myself, being on my phone. But it's the moment where I realized that this is my life and I'm not going to waste it. I want to make the most out of it, that I stop self-sabotaging and focus on what really matters, my personal growth, learning, connecting with people. That's what I've been focusing on lately. I've been so much better not being on my phone, not self-sabotaging, and investing in my growth. And I love my life. And that way I will become magnetic. And it's crazy because every time I am in this zone, there's a lot of people, when I talk to them, they feel drawn to me. They tell me they've never talked to anyone like this before. I have one-on-one coaching and they're telling me that it's so easy to talk to me. The reason why I'm able to connect with people so authentically is because I love my life. So if you want more in your life, you need to love your life regardless of what it is. And especially if you're dating right now, you loving your life is going to attract a better, secure partner. The person that will be with you will be secure. They won't have a different attachment style. They won't be toxic to you because they know that they're not there to fill a void. They're only there to add to your life. And that's how relationships should be. If your life is unhappy and you're trying to fill that void with a partner, you're setting yourself up for failure because a person can never give you the fulfillment that you need for. You will see that once you fall in love with your life, that you genuinely are excited and care about what you do every single day, that you have an intention, everything around you will just be more meaningful. It will feel deeper and your vibe will be contagious. You know that you're magnetic when your energy, your presence says a lot about you before you even speak. The second reason why you should fall in love with your life is that when you're in that state of mind, you don't wait for happiness. You don't tell yourself, I'll be happy when XYZ. That's the biggest trap to fall for. What you have to understand is that you need to be fulfilled on your own with yourself and not rely on external validation or external possessions or anything externally to bring you happiness. What I'm really understanding this year is that the journey I'm on is actually my dream life. It's not the destination. So I need to fall in love with the process. In my career right now, if you don't know me, I'm a professional athlete and I play soccer. My name is Bianca St. George, by the way. We have like an event tonight somewhere in my gear. But I used to think that I was chasing the big moments, the recognition, the awards, the goals, the wins, the championships. But what really matters is the journey, the training, getting better. That's it. I'm falling in love with the process of going to places. The place itself is not the reward. It's the journey that you're on. It's how you feel when you're going about it. And when you change your attitude towards the process, everything feels easier. Everything will fall into place. The third reason why you should fall in love with your life is that you become so resilient when you do. Any setbacks that come at you, they just feel part of the journey. They feel normal. They don't define you. You can handle anything that comes at you. I find some sort of beauty in my struggles because I feel more connected to other people that have pain. I'm not the only one that has pain. And when I struggle about self-worth or feeling empty or whatever pain I have, I know other people have gone through this. And it makes me more empathetic. And it allows me to navigate it because I know there is a way to come out of it. And if there is a way, I will find the way. You need to fall in love with your life first, meaning mentally tell yourself that, so then you act in a way where you fall in love with your life. Don't wait for that to happen to you. You have to actively say that to yourself and then have the attitude and the energy and the focus to do the things that make you fall in love with your life. So like I said, right now I'm going through this sort of crisis, but I'm enjoying the fact that I know that it will pass. I know that it will get better. Eventually, it will always get better, but why make it more miserable for myself by pouting, by rejecting other people, by isolating myself? I'm like, it's gonna get better. So might as well have a better attitude about it and embrace the fact that it's hard and try to find ways to get better. Try to find ways to grow in the situation, to analyze, should I do things differently? Should I just be patient? There's always something to learn. And if you have that mindset, it's gonna make you love life more. A lot of loving life is not necessarily what's happening on the outside. It's really the mindset that you associate with it. The fourth reason why you want to fall in love with your life, and this is the final one, is that you attract so much abundance because you're not operating from a place of lack. You simply attract more of who you already are, which is someone that is whole, complete, that loves their life. So if you love your life, life will reward you. If you're sick and tired of your life looking a certain way, it's not by having a bad attitude that it's going to change. If you want things to change, you got to change the narrative. You have to change, like I said, your attitude and your mindset. It's crazy how everything stems from your thoughts. The quality of your thoughts determine the quality of your life. And this is some way for you to accelerate the progress you make in your life. You need to manually input thoughts. So I go on walks in the morning and I literally speak to myself out loud. I say affirmations. I say what I'm grateful for. I say what I want to attract. I literally walk with God and I pray and I say out loud how beautiful this life is, how grateful I am, how lucky I am to be in the situation I'm in, and that I love myself for choosing growth, that I love myself for having this attitude. Celebrate yourself for trying. I'm getting really passionate about this because I used to hate my life. And why? I don't want to be old and think back of my youth and be like, wow, I was really miserable. Like, oh yeah, lone wolf mentality. Oh yeah, like focusing on your season, isolation, all that. No, that's lonely. That's not good. I don't want to think back and be like, wow, I wish I loved myself more. That's like one of the biggest fears I have. I'm like, can I love myself now? Because everyone that's older says, I wish I loved myself younger. I wish I accepted myself. I wish I was telling myself I was beautiful when I was younger. I already see myself put so much expectations and pressures and standards so high that it's unreachable and not love myself. And I'm like, I don't want to fall into this trap where 30 years, 40, 50, 60 years go by and I realized I needed to love myself this whole time. So let me just end this video with this simple reflection. What would future you want you to do right now? What are they begging you to do right now? What would they want you to think and feel? And how would you want them to act right now? Take ownership in your life. Do your part and let God do his. But don't just be a passive observer of your life. Be an active participator. And sometimes being active doesn't mean doing things all the time. Sometimes it's resting, being patient, doing nothing, being in silence. Think outside of the box. Try new things. You learn so much by trying new things. But don't just mope around or complain or feel like a victim because that's not going to make your reality better. So please focus on loving your life. Just love your life. This is the only one we have. And I can't wait for us to see how we grow from this. If you want to be surrounded by like-minded people, join the community. We love to be in this journey of self-improvement together. It feels so good to go places together because we all go through tough times, but we're all trying to better ourselves because we know that self-mastery is the key to a fulfilling, peaceful life. So I hope you're excited for this journey as much as I am, okay? If this gave you a little bit of hope and made you excited about loving your life, that's my job. I did exactly what I wanted to do. So thank you so much for listening, for participating in my dream, and please let me help you achieve your dreams, okay? That's what I'm here for. I love you so much, and I will see you so soon in a new video. Mwah.